Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn.
Alright guys, let's look what happened. And first of all, of course, what was the rise from those levels which we discussed yesterday, and why, and what we would expect next. Okay, so again, yesterday we were talking around here that we see some very weird behavior of shorts and longs pretty much correlated, and it smells like manipulation and the way to reap people off, basically. And what happens after that is instead of going lower, as I would expect to happen, actually more likely, but see, like market goes against the expectation usually. So, and this is indeed happens, at least for the majority of people. But I wouldn't be praising the victory, celebrating the victory right now, because it's too early in my opinion. And here is the actually we were looking at this green wedge around over here, but actually I would think it's better to draw this line, and if you'll continue that line you would have another wedge, and it will be more, actually it would be the wedge which people looked at, I think. And it's shorter in the time scale than this one. But on the other hand, the fact that it was broken somewhere around here at the relatively crucial level, and with the volume, a little bit of the volume was supported by a lot of the buyers, or it was again maybe the manipulation or something, but still it was moved quite up from that point. And finally some sort of like bull flag or whatever was formed, and now we actually have seen this sort of bullish pennant, which I don't think was, I wouldn't think it was reasonable, but I tweeted about that, and you see just after that the price went down instead of going up, which you would expect according to the technical analysis. And the thing is, again, if we will continue to look at the shorts and longs position, longs went down, but they went down somewhere around here. They went down a little bit here because people closed there in profit, and it went back when people saw the continuation of the growth. But then when we didn't have any bearish indicating over here, the longs just crashed again. And it means that people got scared, people got some info maybe that, oh no, we will not go higher, and the shorts actually went down even longer. So it means that both parties are wrong. Well, one of the parties is correct because the price will go to a certain direction, but I mean they both got misinformed, let's say, put it like that. Those are not people who are making the decisions and driving the market, if you will. So, and what is happening right now is that they're continuing to decrease, but there are two options, like going up or going down. If you'll go up, then probably the longs will increase again and shorts will go even lower, because if you'll break this important level of 3,600. But I doubt that it will happen, and the reason is it's more easier actually now to go lower, to increase the number of shorts because it went so low, and comparison between those two is in favor of going down. But again, it's very relative statistical information. I wouldn't rely everything on that. But the thing is, there is another thing, if you know dead count bounce, which you may think oh, Bitcoin just dead, it went down, and this is so small rise. But I wouldn't think that it is, because first, of course, it is not dead first of all, right? And we expect it to go up from certain levels. Second, I would more believe that this is way of if you'll put it in Elliott Wave theory terms, it may be a beginning of the fourth wave of this movement. When we have like third wave going in a certain direction, we went down. So this might be the fourth wave, which is corrective wave going upwards, and then we'll need to go to the along the fifth wave again down to the new low. And in this scenario, I would think that the fourth wave may actually go above 4,375 or something like this, where we have a lot of the stop orders for the short positions, and a lot of liquidity will be collected over there. If so, then after that we need to go down to the new fifth part of the wave, fifth wave, and then this is actually the bottom. I think maybe really like the final bottom could be right around here, maybe a little bit lower, but still not that far. And also like it's weird that if you would remember our discussion about the 200-week moving average around this area, so we pinned it, and instead of the going up immediately, we had a lot of the trading action around this area. And if you would consider this just a pullback from this moving average, as a lot of people may think, then why you would have this sideways action happened? It would this should be somewhere around this area, but it didn't. So it means that people who are driving the market, at least in my opinion, they'll just look, okay, what people want us to do. They want us to show the bounce and make them believe that this is the reversal and the moving average was the bottom, and so on. So they did it. They spent some time analyzing that. So they did it, and now when people are believing in this, they are about to reach their goals, their targets much lower than before. I would like to be. I wish I would be wrong on that, and this would be really the bottom, and will go up and up and up. But so far, just I don't see that, and this is my opinion. In both ways, I think it would be nice if we'll break this 3,600, even if it will be a false breakout, and we'll go eventually down, because again we need some more panic. We need some more steam to it's easier to fall from the higher cliff than from here, for example. So it's actually was hard to go lower from those level than from this level. It's easier to break this again instead of just going lower and lower and lower. And you see the volume wasn't that significant. A lot of the sell action what happened just after the buying action, and the volume amount was pretty much the same. So I can't say that I'm seeing something overly optimistic here. Second thing, not the last but very important, is that I closely looked at the tether price, and instead of going down as I would wish it to do, it actually bounced off this very distinctive level of 0.9988 or something like that. And you see it's basically like a line was drawn around here. It's very, very weird behavior. First of all, you would expect the tether, based on its schemes of the distribution of the money or the coins, you would expect it to be around $1, and the spread should be much lower than you see now. Of course, not like few percent, just maybe a few fraction of percent, right? Some fraction of percent, but it didn't happen. And what you see is that first this very weird bounce of some certain level, and price of the tether didn't go above $1. And again, if you'll continue this historical observation, then at some point before the bull market happened last year, like the crazy bull market, we see this significant drop in tether, and we see something like that right now. And only when the tether price went up and higher than $1, then we saw the Bitcoin as well going up and up and up. The thing is, there's a lot of there's a common opinion, sort of common, that the interventions of the Tether and like additional printing of Tether led to the increase in price of Bitcoin, because basically they were used. It was used to buy some more Bitcoins on the spot exchanges, and then as soon as those intervention additional printing was stopped, then we see the drop of the price. And we need to see this again in this type of scenario, this type of theory that to happen in order to break the bear market again, turn into the bull market. So I'd closely look at this behavior as how the Tether will react with this, interact with this level of $1. If it will go above, then I would say, oh, maybe, very likely that would be the bottom for the Bitcoin price as well. And the next thing which I was going to show you is some news, but just in the perspective of what happened with the price of Bitcoin. So you see, this is from Forbes. Bitcoin, Ripple, XRP, and Ethereum leap. Has the Santa really arrived? And like, okay, we have a bullish thing on the market. People are exciting, yada yada yada. New U.S. chief of staff. Oops, sorry. Anyway, Bitcoin is good, not manipulative, manipulable by any government. Like this guy is like a very important person in the administration of the Trump administration, President Trump. So it's like pro crypto, and we are having a new soldier in our army from this perspective. So it's really good for crypto, and it will go up and so on. Another one, Coinbase active unpacks the industry giants about face on crypto listings. So more listings is doing good, everything is great, and so on. And it's actually said that this guy Dan Romero stated that Coinbase is in fact revising its approach based on customers' feedback, okay, and current developments in the regulatory space. So they sound like they know something that nobody knows about. The regulations are positive and so on. Also, they have like these 12 days of Coinbase presence. Every day they announce something important or interesting or positive, and we have 4 more days, by the way. Let's see what will happen soon, and how it will affect the market. It's a huge listing or something, I don't know. But anyway, a lot of the positive things, and this one, for example, Bakkt reveals potential Bitcoin and crypto partnerships. So everything is so bullish, right? And from this point, it says like, people, you see, it's so great now. Just buy. It's time. It's the bottom was set. You see the movement of the price, so you need to buy. And when we see this, it is usually a signal to sell, the opposite one, instead of buying. So speaking about that, I must also show you the traditional markets like Nasdaq. You can see that another trading day here led us to the lower low again. Low, lower, lower, lower. High was lower, 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 lower. And the same thing is for the other indices, huge ones, and see if we'll go a little bit lower within like maybe a month or two. We will like erase all the gains for the whole year, and maybe even until like October last year, and it will be a huge indication of the bear market behavior, and the trend was changed. And I was continuing saying that it's very, very scary right now. The same with Dow Jones. It's even worse, actually. It went very low. The same with S&P. Actually, almost, I think it's basically the same as the February drop. So the next days, maybe, guys, it will be showing the similar dropping. If it will show the similar dropping behavior. Also, by the way, the S&P was not that bad, but finally dropped. So with saying that, I must show you this. This is CNBC Fast Money Twitter, and it is well known for the fact that they actually always wrong in their predictions. So when they say, for example, that Bitcoin is found some support and it's about to go up, so people should buy and yada yada yada, it goes down next day or next hour, something like that, and the opposite way as well. So they are now where they're talking is target just hit its lowest level for the year, but this guy says this is why the stocks is a bargain buy. Really? Moreover, one more. Target is up 1% after this close to the bargain. 1%, really? And with you expect it to go in higher. Micron shares are down more than 40%, and another big move for the stocks when it reports tomorrow, etc., etc. Goldman Sachs down 40% from highs, so it's time to pushing buy button. So you see how a lot of the positives, like the positive, but like a lot of the things which are sound like it's about to go up for the stocks, they translate. And when they do that, just like I want to take my money and put it in some hidden place instead of buying stocks when they say that. So why I'm considering about that is that before I was saying that when the stocks are going down, the Bitcoin also went down. And although there is not 100% correlation, but I would expect when the swings will be faded finally, and we see the final drop, or at least the critical drop, then it might be the last drop for Bitcoin as well. So I would say that maybe this was the required jump before the drop, which will be correlated with stocks anytime soon. Maybe no, maybe I'm wrong. It's just my personal opinion, not financial advice, and so on. Also, if you look at the daily chart, as you can see here, after this huge drop, what happened is that we consolidated around this area, and then this huge green candle appeared without basically the shadow down at the lower part, and then we bounced from the very strong level, and we went down much lower. And what we see now is basically the same situation: consolidation, green candle without the shadow below that, and bounce from the strong level and start to consolidating. Maybe we'll see if it'll go down again. We can draw this sort of fractal like structure. We'll go something like to this area which I drew before, and maybe we'll have even one more structure like that, which will lead us to some level like 2300 or something like that. Anyway, looks very bearish to me. I wouldn't go short though, guys, because of the simple reason that if you, for example, buying Bitcoin at whatever price it is, let's say $6,000, the worst thing which can happen to you is that you will become a long-term investor, because the price will not go up, it will go down against your expectation. And since we all know, I hope we know, that the Bitcoin will not go to zero and not disappear, so eventually within a year, 2 years, 5 years, it still will return and you will get your profit. But if you will go short, then you're basically risking your money to be liquidated. The best thing which you can do is, if you're wrong and the price will go up, it means that you're having losses on your short position. So the best thing you can do is to stop your trade and fix your some losses. Hopefully your stop order will be not that far, and actually after that price may go back to the downtrend. So it's very risky thing, and even professional traders are not 100% successful in this sort of action. So what is good for you in that case is for the going long, this doesn't happen as soon as you just buy, and not you buying a contract for long position, but just buy physical Bitcoin. In the short way, in the buying short contract, you would have to have a risk of being liquidated, to lose all your money in this trade. So I will not go short. although I expect this go lower, it's too risky. I would better wait for this price and buy and then sell higher. That's my strategy, guys. Okay, if it was useful, then please leave a like. It will help my channel a lot. Subscribe, it will help even more, and please leave a comment. Hope to see you tomorrow in the next update, as we are doing them daily. And safe trading, guys. Thank you for being with me in this video. Goodbye.